Hi, this is Gary with MACMOST.com. Today, let me show you how to set repeating reminders on your iPhone and your Mac. MACMOST is brought to you thanks to a great group of more than 1,000 supporters. Go to MACMOST.com/Patreon. There you could read more about the Patreon campaign, join us, and get exclusive content and course discounts. So you can use the Reminders app for to-do lists and for setting items that have a due date and time. And you'll get a notification then. But you could also have these notifications repeat every day, every week, every month in a certain pattern. Let me show you how to do it. So here on the iPhone, let's go into the Reminders app. And I'll go into a list here and then I'll create a new reminder by tapping here at the bottom. Now let's just call this test and let's set this up to give us a notification. I'm going to tap the I here and one of the things I can do is set it to have a date or a time. So let's do both. For date, we'll just start with today. And time, I'll just pick a time here. Let's say 3 in the afternoon. Now at this point we would just get a notification today at 3 o'clock. That's when the item is due. But we could set this to be a repeating notification by tapping here. And you get a bunch of choices. So you could have this repeat hourly. So it'll start at 3 p.m. and then you get a notification every hour after that. Or you could have it do it daily, so every day at 3 p.m. Weekdays, so Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, 3 p.m. would be weekends. Weekly would be the same day every week. So today, for instance, when I'm recording this, is a Wednesday. So every Wednesday I would get this. You could also do bi-weekly, so every other week. Monthly, so it'll be on the same day of the month every month. And you can have every 3 months, every 6 months, or every year. So the same day every year you can get this reminder. But if you really want full control, go to Custom. Custom allows you to set the frequency here to hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. And depending upon what you select, the bottom changes. So for instance, if I select weekly, you can see I can select the days of the week. So if I want to be reminded on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I can just check those. If I change to monthly, I'll get a calendar. So I can say have a reminder on the 1st and the 16th of each month like that. And I can even change it to be every other month or every third month. For yearly I get to pick which month it occurs. So I could have it be every February and November and May. And I could even bring up days of the week and have it be something like the 1st or 2nd or 3rd Tuesday of each month. And if I go back up to hourly, I can do every hour or every other hour, every 5th hour, whatever I want. And finally for daily, I can also select every day, every other day, every third day, etc. So let's set it for weekly and say we want Monday, Wednesday, and Friday reminders. Now when we go back to details here, it'll say there's a custom repeat there. The time is still going to be 3 p.m. So we're going to get it at 3 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week. Now you can also set end repeat here. So I could have it repeat forever or have a end repeat date. So here I can go into the future and say I want this to only go to the end of February next year. So as you can see, you really have so much control over these reminders. Even more so than how you can have things repeat in the Calendar app. Now you can actually do the same thing in the Reminders app on the Mac. So for instance here I've set up a reminder called Test. I can click on the Info button here and then I can have it remind me on a day, at a time. And then I can have it repeat just like on the iPhone. So there are the same options here. I can also select Custom and I can change from daily to weekly and then select the days. I can go monthly and select the days for each month or on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and then day of the week. And yearly, and I can select the calendar months that I want to be reminded and then have it be on the 1st, 5th, last, whatever day of that week. Even including things like weekday and weekend day. Of course it's important to have the same functionality on both the iPhone and on the Mac because these sync over iCloud. So you could set it up on one and as long as you're using iCloud for reminders then you should have that reminder appear on both devices. And this works of course on the iPad as well. So I wouldn't use these for very critical things. I would use the calendar instead. For instance, remembering to pay your taxes on a certain day of the year. But for smaller things like reminding you to take a break, reminding you to call somebody every week, or check something every other day, they're really useful for that. In fact, creating a dedicated list in the Reminders app and putting all of these in there, or maybe tagging them with the new macOS Monterey tagging feature is a good idea so you can see all of your repeated reminders together. So I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, click the thumbs up button below to let me know. I publish new tutorials each weekday. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out.